Hi, this is Nick Obi with Axis Foils, and I wanted to go over the differences that I feel with the Spitfire versus the HPS, okay? So the HPS we designed specifically for winging in mind, all right? You have a little bit more curved front end to it, you have a thicker cord, and your lift points are in your wingtips, all right? So when you're learning to wing or you're more intermediate and you're trying to do jibes or tacks, you'll find that this will lift you through the turn. It gives you something to lean against as you turn and you're able to go with it. When you're trying to pump up onto foil, it pops you right up on foil. But when you're trying to drop in surfing, you end up having to go smaller because it tends to bring you up too quick. You really have to hold that nose down till you're standing up. But for everything else, winging, downwinding, it's a phenomenal foil. I really enjoy taking a 1050 out, put a 460 V2 on it, and I'll just pop up in some waves and I can take off and do huge downwind runs with it with very little effort here in Florida. So that's the main thing. You got more curve into the cord, into the front section here, and it just works really well for winging. It works great against the currents and everything. If you have a lot of current, it'll handle that really well also. But then when you go to the Spitfire, you can see that section's very narrow, less thickness into the cord section, more straighter leading edge, and now your lift point is in the center. So what this allows for is when you're dropping into surf proning, it's not going to lift you, all right? You're able to get up on that board, pop yourself to foil, and then take off. When you're winging, it's not lifting you through the turn. So as you progress and you get more aggressive, you're going to find doing a real aggressive turn on a Spitfire, on an HPS, that board's going to turn and it's going to take away from you. It's going to just go and you're going to fall off the board because now you're turning too hard for what the HPS wants to turn. But in the Spitfire, since the lift point's in the center, when it's not lifting on the wingtips, you can turn as hard as you want and the foil's just going to stay with you. It's going to slide in the water basically until you're ready to go forward, and then it's going to take off and go forward. This is also great for when you're trying to hit the lip or anything because those wingtips can come out. You're lifting from here, so it doesn't care what this is doing. If it's in the water, it's out of the water, it doesn't make a difference to it. Makes it real nice and easy. So they both glide great. I feel that the HPS gets up on foil a little easier because think of it, you got two lifting points and thicker cord. Whereas once you're up and you're riding, you're gonna have better glide, faster glide with the Spitfire because it's more of a flatter area to be gliding on. And so it's really where you're coming from. If you're beginning, you're intermediate, I still recommend a 1050 HPS for those types of conditions. You're learning to jibe and tack. Once you get through that and you get to a Spitfire, you're just gonna really enjoy how aggressive you can be with that and the performance that this foil gives to you and everything else. I use the HPS on a traditional crazy short fuselage with a 350 rear, and the Spitfires, I've been using those on advanced crazy short or advanced ultra short with a 362, a 325, or a 300 rear. And that way I just get the best of both worlds surfing them and everything.